everyone, my name is Dominique Ingato,
And today I'll be talking to you about biomanufacturing, microbes, medicines, and money. I'm a professor in the Biotechnology department at MiraCosta College, and I'll also be sharing with you some information about our programs and some of the classes that you might be interested in. But to start off, let's talk about what is biotech. Oftentimes when you think of biotechnology, you might think of medicines and diagnostics. And this is what our program mainly focuses on. However, biotechnology is also involved in the development of new energy sources, improving crops, and making better products. So no matter where your interest lies on the spectrum, a biotechnology degree or certificate can be really helpful to get you into the field that you're looking at. At MiraCosta College, we have two different tracks for students studying biotechnology. There's the Research and Development track and the Bioprocessing track. When scientists are working on creating new medications to help patients, they often start at the research phase. So this is the early phase where they're discovering what medications will be helpful and doing some early preclinical studies to see whether or not they work. Then you have to move on to the development phase. This is where some larger studies are done and the scale-up production of these medications occurs. And then finally, you need to move on to the production phase. This is where you're producing these treatments at a large scale so that you can reach a larger portion of the population and be able to provide treatments for them. At this point, it's really important to focus on quality and compliance to make sure that there is consistency between all of the doses and all of the medication that is being produced. So if you're interested in the earlier stages, like the research and development, you might be interested in MiraCosta's R&D biotech track. But if you're more interested in the production and the larger scale side of things, you might be more interested in the bioprocessing track. So how should you explore and determine what it is that will be the best fit for you? Well, if you enjoy the process of discovery, trying new things, learning from failure, if you really like reading about scientific discoveries and looking at scientific papers and just adding to the overall scientific understanding, then research and development might be the best fit for you. On the other hand, if you enjoy following procedures and making sure that your work goes smoothly, if you like identifying and troubleshooting problems and ensuring that you get consistent and reproducible results, as well as finding more effective and efficient ways to perform tasks and allowing for the immediate impact on many individuals by doing large-scale production of medications, then biomanufacturing and the bioprocessing track might be best for you. So what does biomanufacturing actually look like? Well, here are some images from different laboratories, and you can see that this can look slightly different depending on where you're at, but in general, you're going to be working with larger scale instrumentation, so maybe large bioreactors where you're growing cells, or you might be working in a clean room environment where you need to be fully covered so as to protect anything that's being produced from germs that you are carrying in. If you're interested in biomanufacturing, MiraCosta College has a relatively new bachelor's degree dedicated to biomanufacturing. In May 2019, the first 22 students graduated from this program, and since then we've been able to take up to 30 new students each year. This program is really excellent because it allows you to get hands-on lab experience with small class sizes and lots of local industry partnership. Students learn about science, quality, and regulations, and they're able to complete their degree at the cost level of a community college compared to a much more expensive program that you might see at a Cal State or a UC school. So if you're interested in doing hands-on work, and if you think biomanufacturing sounds interesting, this is a great program for you to consider exploring. And we would be happy to talk to you about it and give you a tour and tell you a little bit more about what you can expect from the program. So are there jobs in this field? Well, there are tons of jobs, and this is just growing and growing. When I put together this slide, there were over 1,000 life science companies and 80 research institutes in the region, and this has been getting larger and larger over time. You'll see different job titles, things like biological technician, lab technician, quality control, quality assurance, etc. And the biomanufacturing program will prepare you for all of these different types of jobs. So you won't have any issues finding a position after graduating. In fact, many of our students start working full-time while they're still completing the program. With that, I'm going to take you on a brief virtual lab tour, and then we'll come back to this presentation.
My name is MiraCosta, and I teach in the Biotechnology program here at MiraCosta College, where we use living cells to make products, such as foods like beer and cheese, next-generation medicines and diagnostic tests, biofuels, and industrial chemicals. In our hands-on biotechnology courses, you'll collaborate in teams to perform and document experiments, learn to use laboratory equipment, grow different types of cells, work with DNA and proteins, and analyze your data.
With this program, my career goals are to advance in my current position. I hope to join a rewarding company that has room for growth as well as to gain more skills. I look forward to joining an industry that is going to change people's lives.
The biomanufacturing program leans more towards the manufacturing, which is the end goal of a company. I could see myself working in either therapeutics or even cosmetics. My professors have been the biggest support in helping me learn and develop a set of skills to help me further myself in this industry.
I hope you enjoyed that virtual lab tour. If you're interested in checking out some biotechnology courses and exploring a little bit, I have a couple recommendations for you. The first is MiraCosta's BTech 107. This is called Exploring Biotechnology, and it will allow you to learn more about trends, careers, and the local industry. It's fully online, and it's offered in spring 2022. And there are no prereqs, meaning that you can enroll without having to take any other courses prior to taking BTech 107. BTech 110 is another excellent course. It's basic techniques in biotechnology, and it's very hands-on, so you'll get experience with all of those techniques that you need in order to continue and get a degree in biotech or in biomanufacturing. So this is both a lecture and lab course. And there are some prereqs, so you need to either have taken a bio class or a chem class as shown here, or perhaps have credit from high school. This is also offered in spring of 2022. Finally, there's BTech 120 that looks at the business and regulatory practices in the field. This course also has no prereqs, it's offered online, and it's offered in spring 2022, so you can jump in right away and learn a little bit about the business and regulatory side of things. I hope that you enjoyed learning about MiraCosta's biotech and biomanufacturing programs. I'm going to leave the contact information for Professor Barbara Huncosa. You can see her email address listed on this slide, and you can reach out to her with any questions that you might have about this program.
Have a great rest of your day.